Hello and welcome. This is the wrong file, huh? I guess, is it the wrong file though? Do I have a layer of the good one? Okay. So where did I put that thing? I figured it would be the banner. I would have called it banner, but I guess I didn't. I also can't find the original image. So what I'm talking about is this page, on my page here. I want to redo this because I bet, like, see, look how these corners are. I don't like it. I can do better, so I'm going to do better. And I just don't remember. Like, look at these curves. They're so look like you just sort of broke the thing. Bleh. So I was going to redo that, and I was like, well, I'll just reopen that file. But now I don't. So there's the, like, I found this. This is the file. So this is the file that I used to upload, but I don't know where. Where I saved the thing. Oh well. I mean, I guess it's not too terrible of an issue. I mean, I'm just gonna whatever then. New from template. Opened up over here today. Cool. Why reinvent the wheel, right? I can just copy this stuff and paste it on the next. I need to change. Useful for later. What? Why are they so tiny? Why did I say it that way? That was weird. No, I would like. Why, though? That was very loud. Okay, so why does only one side stretch? You know, I bet I could have done something like this, where I just made this. Oh, but you're not quite long enough. I'll do that first banner. You know what? That's what I get for trying to be... Alright, so what the hell's my scale on this one, then? That's not this one. That's gotta be this guy. That was the other one. Oh, okay. That's why it's so flippin' tiny. It's 1 pixel by 1 pixel. Close without saving. That's fine. Why is this one... Oh, it's just a very quiet song. Okay, and so I do also need one more row on the outside, so we'll cross that when we get to it though. Sorry, I saw my mouse moving on the other monitor in the video preview, and for a second thought it was a bug. A L Okay. Alright, and then services is offset. S. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. Not. Starts with this guy. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. There we go. Just a little adjustment there, and we have fixed it. Let's see. And S. Okay. Now, do I want to keep it the same same pattern as the end here? So this is the space I've got to work with on each side. Can I space that better, actually? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I can actually... should be able to move this all over 1 and fully center it. Right, and I didn't squish this, which is what I thought unlikely. There we go. Did I just count wrong? I think I did. Okay, so now I have a 4x4 block on each side. What did my brother snap at me? Alright. Okay, so what to put in a 4x4? Well, one, I need to disrupt this corner, otherwise you end up with a knot. No, I can't do that. That's just gonna make a little bit in the corner. Definitely don't want that. I don't know. What do I want to put in here? Actually, real question, can I make this with the pieces that I've already made? I'm going to say the answer is yes. Because I don't see anything that I don't think is a piece that I've already made. Huh. God. Anyway, I was just looking at that. I think I'll do it this way anyway. I just, how do I want to do this? Do I just want to do what I did last time? I mean, it turned out okay. Something like that. It's a pretty nice pattern. Shouldn't have anything. It's like anything that comes in here comes out there, so we're fine there. We're fine there. Obviously, I'm not going to have those breaks there in the end. So something like that. Sure, why not? Let's do it. One millimeter for easiness to see. Lock the layout for now. Okay, so they do change. So you become gray. So then the gray, that's going to be what I use later to attach midpoints. It'll make more sense when you see it. Oh. And so this is not the same pattern. You can see here, I did like 2 M's flipped. This makes a nice shape, but I've gone on and on and on about how I like this, 1.5 wide spacing. So we're gonna do that. I don't know. I guess depending on how much time we have. Look at this. Oh, my T-Mobile bill is actually cheaper than I expected. I mean, it's only cheaper by $4, but $4 is $4. $4. You should be young. Wow, wow. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna keep doing. Like, without viewers, it's difficult. Like, because I'd love to have people in chat here, and then, you know, they follow and I make their name and stuff like that, but I don't know, right now I just feel like I'm kind of spinning my wheels and I don't really have a good answer as to how to unspin them. Oh, turn it off. So kind of forgot. Well, you know, I don't think it's gonna matter. But you can see maybe what I'm talking about here, where you've got this gray is on top when it should definitely be below. Actually, what it really should have been is not just gray, but it should have been that. Frig. Oh well. We'll do it right. I mean, like I just said, I don't really have other projects, so. Yeah, see how much nicer that looks? I mean, not that one because that's in the wrong spot, but that one, look how much nicer that looks. Now it looks like what it should, which is just an underline for reference later. I should just do it this way. And by this way I mean vertically, so and come in, bounce, bounce, bounce. Because then I don't have to keep scrolling back and forth, you know what I mean? Hopefully. Oh, this is really loud now. It's because I got that turned all the way to 60. That's why it's so loud in my ears. Also, I found a new YouTube series I've been digging. Satellite City. It's not too long. There's only like maybe 90 minutes worth of content. The episodes range from 1 minute to 20 minutes in length. But it was featured on the Nostalgia Critic review of Pink Floyd's The Wall. There was a crossover. Also, that was a really interesting episode. I don't know what it is about things that I enjoyed when I was... It's very weird, because at this point, you can be nostalgic for Nostalgia Critic. You know what I mean? Like, it's been going on for long enough now that you can have nostalgia for it. It's interesting. But I mean, the production was just ridiculous. They had the lead singer of Slipknot as a guest star. And, I don't know. It's been a long time since I watched The Wall, the movie, and, there was a lot of good points. I'm like, yeah, you know, I remember. I also remember being just the first time I saw it as a kid. Teenager, I don't know, adolescent. It's, it captures a series of emotions that I don't think as an adult most adults have anymore. You know, like, most adults just don't have the energy to maintain that teen level of angst. But it had a couple of good commentary points, and I suspect the animator, Sam Fenney, he's the other YouTube collaborator that was on that Satellite City, is a big fan of ink, because some of the creatures had that type of a look. If you've seen ink, and you know it's like, they have that incubus look to them. And if you've seen ink, then you probably know sort of what I'm talking about. The television eyes and things like that. I love these easy tear tags. No more itch. I mean, I have a weird patch of skin / hair right where tags are. It's like a little hexagonal scaly patch. It's very interesting. They've developed a couple of times over other parts, just like on my arms and stuff, but those ones have gone away. But this one right at the, basically the top of my spine, neck, head area, it's like your first thoracic vertebrae, something like that. Yeah, I mean, it's either like one of the last cervical or the first thoracic vertebra. Today's pepperoni pizza day. That's useful information to know. What was I doing with Chris 3 years ago? Maybe helping him move? Possibly. parents' story. There's a name I haven't heard in what, 8 years, I guess. What's the most recent? Oh. I guess I must have ended it because the most recent episode is from November 12th, 2013. So that's probably why I stopped reading it. Oh yeah, it's all coming back to me. Yeah, I used to read this before going to class in high school. Extreme nostalgia coming back. So, yeah, she gets crazy and then she's got like lights things on fire. Anyway. It's back to doing stuff.
Okay, that did not take too long, and of course, like I said, I'd rather look good because, again, like even at this point, it still looks kind of cool. Like it already looks cool, which is important. There you go. A couple mosquito bites last night doing Tai Chi. Well, while doing Tai Chi because we were outside. Oh, okay. Well. Ooh, I need to change something here. Snap. I need to snap to grids when we're this close. I should probably actually open the grid file and resave that with that in there. Anyway. Lock you up to here. I need to turn on midpoint snapping. No, only need to go. You know, would I need less clicks? Back it up. It would certainly be less pieces that I need to delete. Little S's. Maybe that's why I like them. So make an S. Now, I don't remember if this is gonna be one chord or not. I don't think it was. But unless the issues are here, and I don't think they're gonna be, there might not be much I can do about it. Unfortunate, but
all the way up here. You know, I think I do like this a little better, not only because it's one or two less clicks, but it also makes it very easy to notice if I missed putting the midpoint, which is one of the more important, for a corner this is important, and the midpoint's important. But I'll know if I forgot to do the midpoint because the flow is going to be wrong, so. Well, hello and welcome. Oh, or not. I thought I saw two there for a sec. Oh well. I was going to say, happy Friday. It's just, today figured, why not put my new, I don't know if skills are the right, I guess skills probably are the right word, but it just seems weird to say. It doesn't feel like this is a skill, it's just practice. But anyway, I've had a lot of practice since I last did one of these. It's almost 2 months now? When did that come from? Yeah, so it's been like 6 weeks since I made the last banner, and I've gotten a lot better in 6 weeks, so I don't know how much more I'll be able to keep making large improvements. You know, at some point, you sort of, you get rid of all of the the low-hanging fruit of how you can improve your skills, and I think that one. And I think I've probably, what the hell do I know, but I don't see any obvious steps that are just steps that add more work that don't do something useful. I mean, I guess it could have gone there too, but consistency, right? The voice here sounds like the same voice if you've watched the Dark Crystal TV Netflix series that for Hup. So it was just kind of funny because it even sort of sounds like the Podling language. But you know, I don't know. Is that? Do you think that's just some gibberish, or do you think they actually developed a conlang for it? Conlang, if you're unaware, is a constructed language. Now I'm gonna look it up. Podling language. Oh, interesting. Okay, so apparently the Podling language is based on Serbo-Croatian. But if you're fluent in Polish, Russian, and other Slavic languages, you might be able to pick up individual words. But so I think it's like sort of a language, but linguistic standardization. Sorry, I'm going down a little rabbit hole, but when was I mean, just looking at the family tree here for... so one of my Polish friends was talking about how the Polish language has so many different ways to spell the same words. And my thought on that was when... like... Yeah. Oh, it's actually been for a couple of weeks now. In fact, the last one you were on, I had my face out. I don't know how I like it, but everybody else seems to be doing it, so might as well. Plus, so long as I remember to cover the camera, I still don't have to wear pants when I get up. I guess? I don't know if it's that much longer since the last time we hung out.
mean, it could be. I don't know. I don't think it's significantly longer. I was actually thinking I probably need to get it all trimmed up again. It's been when was the last time? Krupa's wedding. That's when I got it cut. So that was, when did Krupa get married? August 20 something. It's difficult to see that it's like really frizzy because the headphone cords sort of keep it contained, but when it's unleashed, it's starting to get a little, you know, we can build up some outward length here. I actually so I usually use some beard oil, but I just ran out, so I need to get some more. But I do have a well-seasoned beard comb, so that's nice. It still has a little oil all soaked into the wood, so I can use that as a little standby. But yeah, I figured today I might as well use all the practice that I've had and remake my banner. So you've been watching the new Dark Crystal on Netflix? Oh, I mean, I already see how much I've improved. I'll show it to you after I finish this, but I mean, hell, you can just go look at my current banner on Facebook. Or here, I think I've got my Twitch. Hear that growling? That's my shitty speakers. I guess it doesn't show. Oh well, whatever. I mean, that sounds like the perfect time to watch Dark Crystal then. Well, that's good. I'm very bummed, though, that my speakers are broken. These were the replacement speakers that I had as a backup for when my other speakers broke. I mean, I suppose. There is that. It doesn't require too much attention. I mean, a lot of people do like to spend their time expositing exactly what they're doing. Oh, cool. It is continuous. Oh, it's not continuous. Look, just one little guy up here. Oh, okay, well, I know how to fix it, so that's fine. Actually, let's just fix it right now. Unlock, unlock. Heal. Delete. Hey, can you... Didn't think you were on the correct layer there. Yay? Thank you. Oh man, I just jumped to 4. Everybody woke up and decided to jump on. And I don't know, I've been using this Logitech thing for a couple weeks now. So, it's the, whatever the Logitech C930 or something? Yeah, Logitech webcam C930E. I don't want to get copyright strikes, so that's that reason. I mean, whatever. So, Michael, you'll appreciate this. I noticed that I ended up having one extra cord here. So I'm like, well, I can just change this space because it's not a character. Okay. All I care about is that it is copyright free. So I don't get 4 emails, you know, every time I stream from Google saying that there's been a copyright claim on my video. I mean, I do have musician friends, I suppose. I preferred that I would be able to pay them, but that I can't do right now, so. Okay, so we're gonna break here, I believe.
No, he slides all of his knowledge into my brain. Man, the delay is really long. Oh no, it's just really long on YouTube. Who's texting? I mean, yeah, when I'm in class, he gives out handouts. I mean, Allison, this may not surprise you, but I rarely skip class. So, I get all the handouts. And if I have to miss class, then I just get them in an email. That's because I just have a compulsion about being late. My marching band director was very insistent. On time, early is on time is late. Boom. So yeah, Allison, you just got to witness a little on-the-fly knot fixing there. So with this piece being a cross, it cuts off that little section into its own chord, and I was like, well, I can change this piece because there's no, meaning necessarily here. It does. I mean, I do like the cross pattern, but when you can get continuity, then might as well go for it. Yeah, so I'm remaking my banner. Did it just... Why do I have such an issue finding this thing? Because it's a... Yeah. Like, in 6 weeks I've gotten a lot better than this, so... make it look nice. Alright, I hope you like having your senses assaulted by green and purple. I'm gonna agree to disagree on that it looked okay. We'll make this, there we go. So I've noticed a flaw in my plan for corners. This is fine, because I'm just deleting the one node, but for the corners I'm going to have to grab thing and move it. Oh well. I also don't get how it decides where these want to go when I delete the node. There's obviously some equation because it, you know, it keeps putting them in the same spot. I've attempted to use gradients. They don't work in the way that I think that they should work. And I really haven't like watched any YouTube videos about it, so like I've seen that you can make very complicated mesh gradients, but I can't ever make it not be a circle, so I'm not quite sure how I'm doing it wrong. Oh, that's not the right spot. Alright, so I mean, so right now, we'll build it up again here. Unlock all this, hide it. So I mean, first step's pretty obvious, right? Make the layout, however you want to do it. So then I put the guides in here, and so something I figured out within the last week. Something I figured out in the last week or so is that if I make these guys here, so you've got the one that's the primary, and then I've got a secondary one. It can be kind of jankety. You're not wrong. There are still issues, like I'll Google them and it will be a bug somebody filed in 2013, and they'll still be having problems with it. And the official Inkscape manual hasn't been updated since Inkscape 0.4, and we're on 0.91 currently, so bleh. But so I found if I get one of these guys and then so I can help you with that because I find Snap very useful. So one of the biggest things is on the document properties here, you've got this Snap tab, and you can set how close you need to be before it snaps. And so one of the most useful ones that I found is snap to midpoints, this guy here. But if you've got snap to guides always on, or snap to grids always on, then you'll never snap to the midpoint. And so I used to go turn this off, turn this on, and then I was like, wait a minute, I can just set how close it needs to be to snap. And so now this is, just four lines, but it's setting up my whole, it's the guide for my interlacing. So then when I get to this step, yeah, I mean, I only changed it like Monday. And I haven't, I should save this document here. And I haven't changed it in my template file yet either. So then now I don't know. Inkscape only has a couple of tools. Like you got the Bezier curve, the fill function, which is not super useful. We were talking about that Sunday. So you really only have like a couple. You can make regular shapes, but oh, well, thank you. Hopefully your dad's appointment goes well. Anyway, so where is that? So that's what this hideously colored grid is for. Is so here, this is just a placeholder node. And then what I want to do is I want to keep this angle to be going just straight off through the intersection. So I just handle these up to the same line on the 45-degree angle. And then that gives you what I think to be what I think, so that at least makes all of the curves consistent, which is something that which is something that I didn't really. I mean, if you look at this banner, you definitely you can see it, how, like over here, we just go here and then it just is so bent, or how these corners aren't good looking. In my opinion, how it gets really thin and then gets fat again. And so this definitely cuts down on that feeling, in my opinion. Inkscape does not like to render when there's lots of stuff on top of that. I don't know, 6 one, half a dozen the other. I'm pretty happy with those other pieces that I've made, and in fact, I realized that I could probably have made this whole layout using those pieces. And the aligning part takes about as long there as it does here. So there is a slight difference on long breaks. I go a little bit further. Just to make it a little bit shallower of a curve. So they go one more square up. So another 1.4 millimeters. Since this grid is just a unit grid, you can see that here. Yeah, it's just 1 millimeter by 1 millimeter spacing. The rest are all on a 5 millimeter spacing. And then for the corners, just take the handle all the way to the node, and then that'll be the the smoothest possible way to have that corner render itself. This one. There we go. Oh no, they'll just I'll hide them after I'm done. They go away. Yep. It's a layout and a guide. That's all. I think interior corners, I want to actually move in one. Give a little more space in these guys. Yeah, it's a pretty, I found it to be a pretty useful tool so far. Plus, it really lets you, you know, you can change color a lot simpler. You know what I mean? So, but so I came to a fun conclusion yesterday after I finished up doing that side-by-side comparison that I've basically reinvented midline and direct method with these two methods. You know, this is the midline method, and it has the same advantages where I can quickly spot a loop, and the other way is the direct method, which allows for easier, you know, coloring in sections. Like this, if I wanted to do the chord in different colors, would be a real pain to do it. Oh, we're back up to 3. Maybe. Now what you could do, I mean, this is already, so at this point, well, once I do all the alignment stuff here, then you do, you know, take this, so stroke to path, and then this makes this a complicated object with an outer stroke that goes around everything, and then an inner fill path. Oh, excuse me, fill path. But you can always stroke to path something again. Let's do a little, like, this isn't going to go anywhere, and I'm going to be here all day, so let's make a little experiment here. So if I go stroke to path, so now I can put, you know, we could put a line through here, but what you can do, yeah. So one of the reasons why I sort of like this method more is because if I do this, Control Shift K, that breaks all of the objects. Yeah, so that's what stroke to path does, is that it takes the strokes that you make whatever, 6 millimeters, and then turns it. So right now this doesn't, well, this does have fill, but if I tell it to fill, it's gonna do this type of a thing, you know what I mean? If you've hit the fill button and then been like, that's not what I meant. So right now, the only color I can change is the stroke here. But stroke to path. So this one made a very complicated one because of the tool that I used. So I don't actually know what's going to happen yet. It's probably going to get all real weird. So you can see this is where you have all these internal pieces. This would be one of those things that you'd want to like simplify, because you don't need all those internal parts. Yeah. So that's why the main tool for Inkscape is the Bezier curve, because you're only setting, a couple of nodes. But one of the reasons why I like, so like the biggest trade-off between the piece method, direct method, or whatever you want to call it, and the midline method, is that the piece, it's what parts you want to color. So let me open up the other thing here. Let me try and actually open it. So, let's make sure all the layers are unlocked. Oh, now I'm opening it twice. Crap. Don't crash, Inkscape. There we go. Okay, good. So all the layers are unlocked. Oh, I didn't do it for this one. Okay. But, so you can see here that if I wanted to, I could change all of these guys. It helps if I don't actually hold the shift. So, the more traditional method of coloring, right? Where it's all just blocks of color. Something like this, you couldn't do this other way. I can't change these blocks like this here, or at least... No, never mind. I just thought of how you would do that. You would need, new layer below that layer. Yeah, so these are all, because these are individual pieces, it's easy to change them. This is one long cord. But I did just had a thought here. If I make this so the fill is transparent, then I could do something like this. We'll just make a rectangle. And say, fill red. Fine. I don't know why it's not showing a fill here. Oh, because the alpha was 0. That's weird. I don't know why the alpha for that was 0. But so you could do something like this. Yeah, basically just drop in another color. So never mind, I just solved that problem that I had. You have to be careful though, because it takes the background. So what you would need to... It's solvable. I have figured it out, even just from this moment. But I'm going to open up actually a different file and show you what I mean. Close it. Well, yeah. Close that saving. Oops, that's just the... So let's see if this works the way that I think it's gonna work. So here's your name block. Actually, do you want me to send you this SVG file so you can sort of see what I was doing? But okay, so let's unlock. Interlacing stays at the top, stays locked. Record color. So we'll make you clear. That's fine. So basically, you just need to put so because of that, because the way that I made the other one, I hadn't... Turn all this off for a sec. So one of the reasons why I like this method is that you can, if I, so Control Shift and K breaks apart this image. And so now, all the loops that were made are self-contained, so they've all become their own object. You see what I mean here? So that's how I get the different colors for the letters. So that's why I liked this method first, because I was making the name blocks. This lets me pick just the background spaces that I want to color. So if you did that, then you could and so that's basically what I did here, is the background letters and the letters themselves. So the background and the letters, they're all colored. So what I could do is make sure that the we'll just call it colors, is below those ones. And so now, block all of these guys so I don't accidentally change something. And let's turn the interlacing on. So now what I can do is I could probably just, make a curve here. Now I could just make, that. There we go. Whatever, random shape. So it's behind everything. Move you up into here. Whatever. However you wanted to move it around. And then, now I've got this curve. And so now these are all colored this way. And so this is where you want maybe to have the, snap to path. So this is where snapping comes really nice, because, you can just handle it to,
point here. And, you know, depending on how complicated you wanted to get with which pieces you were curving and this, that, and the other thing. Yeah, like, I mean, I think most of them are within 10 or 20. I'm not sure what that means. I think it's pixels, but... But yeah, so you can make this as complicated as you wanted. There's also probably, you could be more clever with the, with like exclusion, with some of these tools like cut path, division, exclusion, intersection. Like, if I made, let's make a rectangle. We'll move you below this there. So then, if I did something like this, we'll see if this works the way that I think it is gonna work. Exclude. Yeah. So you could do something like this and punch holes out, and stuff like that. But anyway, sure. I mean, I'll do it right now so I don't forget. Yep, no problem. There you go. Alright, no problem. Let's close this. Without saving. Oh, but so one of the other things that is nice is that let's make this a little bigger. Let's make it not 20% big. 200%. Up. So what you can do, you can actually stroke to path again. And now
So now we have actually, you can see in here that we've changed this color. Which of course can be broken up. And now you have a bunch of shapes which you can, continue to stroke the path and keep breaking up and just keep making more shapes. Excuse me. Turn this back on. Continuing to edit nodes. Very good. Yeah, it's like I've said, I think a lot of my hang-ups are just not quite fluent enough in Inkscape to know what I need to do. Most of the time I don't think it's Inkscape can't do it, it's I don't know how to ask the question. Yeah, so this is midline. So you can tell Inkscape is using an algorithm on where to send these guys because it sends them all to the same place. Sure, I'll be here for at least another hour. Oh, too much stuff to render. It's a very interesting version of Silent Night. Dark piano version. And hello, whoever is here lurking. I appreciate it. Captain Obey, maybe? I try and guess which one of these users is a real person. The Celt, obviously, I recognize them, and they've been talking. Like Commander Root, I don't think that's a real person. Lurks, I don't think they're a real person. Electric Longboard, I see all the time, but they never talk, so I don't know if they're real. But Captain Odabe just showed up, so I don't know. Either way, I appreciate that you're here, hanging out, chillaxing, relaxing, generally up to some good. Oh, no. Oh. Punching forward. Oh, what am I doing with wizard shirts? I was wondering if I wore another Fooly Cooly shirt again for like the 4th day in a row. Not the same shirt. I have a number of Fooly Cooly shirts. I feel like I wore one every other day this week. At some point I should watch the new Fooly Cooly. I mean, I already have 2 Fooly Cooly tattoos, so might as well. Completely commit to the identity. Is it available for sale? Wait, it's on Prime Video? What is this? Can I see inside though? I want to see some inside stuff. Ooh, it's a nice book. possibly a Christmas present then. But it doesn't seem that the Fooly stuff is the other seasons are available. Anyway.
saw you from the distance. Hey, you, can we talk? Hey, you, I think you're my subsistence. Hey, you, or am I wrong? And now, I lose my own sight. My love is out of my mind. And you, I'm not more than a dream. So wait, yeah, wait, can you even hold me? Hey, oh, hey. Yeah, you are no more than a dream. Hey, you want it. Hey, you, we could be more. Hey, you, honest. Yeah, it's true, you're all I want. You're all I want. I lose my own sight. It's out of my mind.
Alright, I'm back.
I'm more than a dream.
Probably you want to see that.
Even
Down to 2, so.
I'm wandering slowly. That you are no more than a dream.
Sweet relief.
Hey, you want it. Hey, you, we could be more. Hey, you, honest. Yeah, it's true, you're all I want. You're all I want. I lose my own sight. It's out of my mind.
Yeah, I think that's why I like this setup, because this one. It does pull these all to a single common point. I think that's why it looks nicer, in my opinion. Hang on, let me look something up. Now, I thought... There we go. Sorry, I was looking up there's a brewery by my brother's house, and we're making some weekend plans here, so figure why not. We're looking for something to do, and there's a, like I said, there's a brewery. Well, there's more than one brewery, but there's one brewery that's having a 3-year anniversary thing today and tomorrow, so maybe we go tonight. So I have to move these ones around because I don't have a node to delete. The handles don't actually show up. Oops.
kind of want to hear what this other guy's listening to. So this other guy is making music, so I wonder what it sounds like. Oh, I can't get sound? I can get sound, it's just that I don't have like big enough space. I have to maximize the thing. So we're maybe close to halfway done? I don't think so. Yeah. Well, whatever. I spent a lot of time talking about random cool stuff. So, not surprised I didn't get as far as I thought I was going to. But that's fine. What else am I going to do today? If I finish this in the first stream, then I don't have anything for the second. This at least gives me a little time to work on stuff, work on this, and then figure out what I want to work on for the rest of the stream. Or end the Friday stream early if I don't have any viewers. So, viewer, if you're wondering, so the other site that I stream to watch me work will pair you up with other people who are streaming, and this guy is making a song. So I wanted to hear what it sounded like. So that's what we are listening to. Plus, I'm only got like 30 more minutes before I'm done with my first stream for today, so. Can't be copyrighted because, well, at some point this person may decide to copyright this music and release it for sale, and then I guess retroactively these videos got louder. Turn that down a little so I don't have to shout over it so much. I guess like later on it could be, but this moment, I'm not super concerned about that. And actually, I've got 45 minutes. I probably will finish this before lunch.
you could always do this. But I don't like how much that looks. I don't like what that looks like. It's a little frog in my throat here. Surprisingly good for you. Doing a little gargle like that. Theoretically, it cuts down on throat infections because the chlorine and the fluorine in the U.S. water supply has microbial stuff in it. There we go. This one while I was here. Yeah, like I said, I really like the way it just sort of draws the eye in to these points. Interesting. So yeah, this used to be a cross here, but when this was a full cross, this piece here became its own chord, and it was the only, because I could make the change without altering any of the letter blocks, I felt like I probably should. I've said it before, continuity is sort of important. Like if you're gonna design a, and I say sort of because
like with the name blocks, I'm limited. If like this part was where we ended up having the like this curve here and this curve here was as close as the two chords got together, or any of these, like I couldn't change it here because now that's a totally different, that's a different letter. So I've been fairly continuity neutral on the idea of maintaining a strict continuity, but because I could change it here, this is just a space holder, you know, it didn't need to, changing it doesn't change any information, but it does make the knot more pleasant in some aesthetic senses. If that makes sense. Hopefully. Okay, so they still do point to each other, which is good. Like I said before, long breaks handle to one more. Not you. I can do that, like a bunch at once. At least I hope this is his music. Whatever. Alright, and we just continue. Keep on keeping on. So the reason why, so in the past I've brought these up to here, but I think I like a little more space on these interior corners. So the exterior ones are fully to the edge there, but anyway. Yeah, it does sound like it's... I'm looking at the little bars that he's got. I just want a little more space, I think. I mean, we'll see how it looks, and you know, if we zoom out and it doesn't look too good, it's not a terribly difficult thing. But it felt like, you know, up in here, etc., you were starting to smush like you know, here you can see that how much closer these are. Now this cord is 6 millimeters wide, not 5, like the one that I've got going. But you can see how like it just gets kind of, it's squished. Like even if it was, even at 6 millimeters, I mean, hell, I can see what that's gonna look like right now. That still gives more space here, so it doesn't look quite so awkward. Plus, once I stroke to path, then it's gonna have a 1 millimeter cord around it. Or maybe 0.7. Man, everything's... Okay, anyway. Hopefully that reasoning makes some amount of sense. Yeah, I mean, I'm having flashbacks to the first time. Where's like the first one of these that I did? Scrap images. Yeah, I suppose I did a bunch of like I streamed by hand for probably the first month, but like just look how all this stuff looks. Like this isn't aligned correctly. These are all. So for this one, I was trying to move these pieces individually and then like try and make these curves the same, and it's bad. Extremely ungood. Why is my throat so dry? Must have had a bunch of post-nasal drip or something while I was asleep. I did not sleep very well. Like I woke up at 7:57, 3 minutes before my alarm got off, and I'm just like, God, I really hope it's not 8 o'clock. And I look over and it's just like, technically it's not 8 o'clock, but I was really hoping more that it was, you know, like 4:30, and I would still have a few more hours to sleep. I don't know. I sleep best when it's very cold because I just like to, you know, pile myself up under a blanket and then not. But even then, that's still. I don't know. I'm just not a very relaxed sleeper, I guess. I don't know how you describe it, but I move around a lot. So, really scratchy. I'm sure going out tonight and drinking a bunch of beer will definitely make it feel better. Absolutely. Also, where there's probably a faster way to do what I'm doing, but I don't know what it is. And I also don't know how to ask anyone online in a way that makes an amount of sense to get the answer that I'm looking for. I just thought of something. Fast way to move multiple node handles. Inkscape. Well, I guess that guy's done. Alright. How to select several node handles. Okay, so it seems like answer no. Whatever. Alright, well, I'm gonna finish aligning all these, and then that'll be it for me for today. Not for today, for right now. Oh, I need to call Ideal Car Body. I want to know when the heck my car is gonna be ready. I was told a couple of days, and I was also told Monday that they'd give me a call either Monday or Tuesday. I just haven't cared, but now we're going into the weekend, and I'm going to be driving into the city, and I don't... Like, it's whatever. I don't expect to get rear-ended, but obviously I didn't expect to get rear-ended before, so you can see my annoyance here is that though I suppose on the other hand, if I get rear-ended and they have farmer's insurance, then I feel like I don't know what it is with... I could just take the rental to Ideal Car, drop it off, and just get my car back. But I'd rather not have to try and play that kind of a game. You know what I mean? Oh, perfectly. Hello and welcome. So I am remaking some banners. I'm remaking my main title banner because it's been a couple of weeks and I've gotten a lot better at Inkscape. So figure while I'm between large projects, I might as well make my branding stuff look better. I need to make my logo look better too, but that's yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that, like I've been saying, I don't have much planned for today, so after I finish this, probably that. And by my logo, I mean not the one that I've got up in the corner that I'm using unattributed to whoever made it, because I just found it on Google image search, and I don't remember where. Like, I don't remember if it was like a Deviant... I don't think it was a DeviantArt page. I think it was just like a a Danborough style page or something or other. So external corners, I do want to move all the way out, just for it gives the whole thing like a maximum size. Yeah, 45 degrees is always less than you think it is. Well, it's not always less, it's just... It's not necessarily as far as you think. Anyway, I'm almost done here, so... You can't beat at a 45 degree angle and hit on the there we go. You can't be at a 45 degree angle and hit one of the mixed ones, like a purple and green intersection, because you're on the line of the same colors. Same intersection? I don't know how you describe that. Like, we're pretty much done. Yeah, like one or two more. Again, these guys are always... one square further. Because I want them to be a little more, like they just sort of need it to make this curve look a little nicer, I feel. My semi-professional opinion. Let's turn this off for a sec. Zoom on out. Did we forget anything? Does not look like it. Cool. well, like I said, that's where I'm gonna finish for today. No, for now. I'll be back 2 o'clock. We'll finish this up. We will make new. We'll make a new logo. It'll look good. Thank you for hanging out with me. As always, feel free to follow me. I will. Ooh, yeah, see right here. I just at the very last second noticed one. I'm not gonna turn my that thing off. I'm not gonna turn it back. I did just notice one more here, and I suspect when I come back, I will probably see another. Whew. Sometimes Inkscape, you do stuff and it freaks me out a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so I don't see anything else that looks nice. Yeah. Alright, well, later.